What's up, I'm the Cartoon-theorist YT. Today's theory is about Azura. There have been many debates about if Azura is the future child of Luz and Amity and who the author of the Azura books is. I answer those questions and more in this video. I think Luz and Amity made the books and sent them back in time using the time portals. How? Well, how much time we got? Well, starting off with books, Azura has the same eyelashes as both Luz and Amity. Her hair was green, just like Amity's formerly was. In addition, her staff has an egg-shaped top. For those who may have forgotten, Luz's talisman is an egg right now, but may hatch later in Season 3. This should be considered evidence because nothing in the Owl House is a coincidence. For example, Philip would have been being revealed as Emperor Bellows. They showed us very few details, but the details they did show us was Philip's hair. In Season 2, Episode 1, it's then shown that Bellows also has the same hair, and remember, this is before they revealed the two were indeed the same. Philip in Episode Elsewhere and Elsewhere commands that the Collector will find a way to keep him alive, because he knows time is not on his side. This can also be said about the books, as the only way they could have been delivered to their past selves is through the time links. We learned in Elsewhere and Elsewhere that there is a lake that allows you to time travel. Since we still don't know who the author of the Azura books is, there is no evidence that someone we've met in the show is the author. It must be someone we will get to know later in Season 3, or someone we'll get to know in the future. Tibbles reveals in Any Sport in a Storm that the Azura books flood into the Boiling Isles' oceans. Now, doesn't that sound strange, as the only connection to the Boiling Isles that we're aware of is through the portal door? Perhaps Tibbles found them through the time links. What if the books are being belched out of the lakes and washed out to sea? The book cover shows an old woman and a dog. I believe that's meant to be a depiction of Ida and King by Luz. We've seen that she's an artist. Luz could have come up with the image for Azura, as this would help her see herself as the character, inspiring her to do things the character would. Luz suggested that she may have a self-fulfilling prophecy, and she may have been right. In Season 1, Episode 2, it's focused on Luz going to a quest inspired by the Azura books, hoping that she may find her place in life. Also, the books later allow Luz and Amity to find something in common, aka their love for Azura. The first step to their friendship and later romance is when Luz lets Amity borrow her Azura book. In Season 1, Episode 12, we see how they're slowly bonding because of that. Also something, in the first episode of the show, we don't actually see Azura do magic. She uses her staff as a bazooka, which is not magic, and something to note is that we don't see her ears. Actually, we do. We don't know if she's mainly human. Something that should be noted is that Luz voices her, and the snake that attacks her, same voice as King, Alex Hirsch. Luz and Amity are incredible characters who are creative, and they may have made the best creation of them all, this show. Follow me on Reddit and Twitter. With that said, stay tuned.